Sherry's relentless good nature has rubbed off on him.
Oh, I thought it was Chris's,
I'm
but
through
okay.
with this. Where's the exit?
We've got to be close.
You passed some. I'm just gonna pretend you saw them and just left them for me, okay?
Yep.
That's what happened, right?
Yep. Oh. Skill points. 556. I think behind this door is Ustanok. Oh, yep. Here comes the final boss arena, technically, because, like I said, the last section is more like an interactive cutscene than a boss fight.
So we just kind of have to GTFO.
No, we gotta fight him.
Fine.
He's got a new arm too.
Why? What is it?
It's a flail.
Why?
Resident Evil.
That's like the reason for everything in this game, isn't it?
If it doesn't make any sense, it's because Resident Evil.
Ew! Look at his mouth.
They went out of the way to make him look like Nemesis.
That's his flail?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That happened because Resident Evil.
Enough of this cat and mouse bullshit. Come get some, you ugly son of a bitch!
Language.
Okay, yeah, right now we GTFO. Move.
Jerry, we gotta take this fight somewhere else.
Let's
That's
do
fine.
Yeah, because on this catwalk, bad idea. Whoa, okay. Guess we're not going that way.
Go.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, there's room behind us. Maneuver.
it. Oh crap!
Whoa, he's throwing
Keep going
stuff.
up in his game.
And now his flail is on fire.
Why?
Oh!
He seems to want you more than he wants me. I am so bad.
It's not even letting me reload.
Nice hit, Sherry.
Okay, ammo.
Yep, he wants me. Oh, hi. Is that supposed to happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Thing is, he can make holes in this we're standing on that just expose us to the molten whatever we're on. Oh. Nope.
Yeah, make more lava holes, freaking idiot.
Ah.
Here. We'll do whatever it takes to kill us.
Jerry's not lying. He just eats magnum rounds like it's nothing.
Yeah, just be careful of the lava holes. They close up eventually, but if you land on them before they do, it's bad.
Do they like almost insta-kill you?
No, but they light you on fire, and they deal hella damage both initially and with time. Ooh, I heard that. Nope. That one is...
Jake, go for it! Now! I need help!
Smash! Jake just ripped his flail off. He literally, with his bare hands.
There goes my gun.
I have to fist fight, but there's a trap up there, like a container or something you can use to like try and knock him off. There goes my gun. Like I said, Jake finishes this with a fist fight.
Settle this
With
mano a
Ustanok.
mano. Is that all you got?
So this isn't health based. This is based on like gaining and losing ground. So he's gonna try to force me into the lava, but I gotta force him into the lava. Nope.
Right, that might have hurt a little.
I did not get that in time.
I'll cover you.
Thanks. Gotta be quicker than that.
I'm gonna keep punching you right in the groin.
Did I miss him?
Oh, what? Yeah, come on, Usti. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna try to get him right in the middle for you. Just line it up with the center. Okay, hang on. I gotta hit him one time. One more. Now would be good.
Oh,
Come on! That was so close! Okay, I gotta bait him out a bit more. Ooh. At this point, I'm just keeping him busy.
That's it, Jake. You got it.
Oh, hang on, hang on.
Missed me.
is he right above it?
Now would be good, now would be good, now would be good.
Oh my god.
You can do it, Jake.
Just shut up, Sherry.
I've moved him back, you're gonna have to aim. What's that?
Take that.
You're winning a fist fight against Usti.
Hurrah! Ooh!
You didn't even need my help. Does he die here? Or like not?
No.
How?
Yeah, it's Ustanok. He almost dies here, like he gets really messed up. Ooh!
Why do you keep doing that reaction? Like you've seen this before.
Yeah, but I haven't played this in like months.
Oh, so you don't remember exactly?
No, I remember him going to lava. I do not remember a giant container landing on his face.
Like you remember like the general stuff, but you don't remember like the detailed stuff.
Yeah. You'll note that we still don't have our guns.
But only our pistol fell into the lava.
It was meant to be symbolic of our entire arsenal just magically flying out of our pockets and landing into the...
Mm.
We're in some kind of warehouse. There's gotta be a way.
So how do we get our
to get
guns
it
back?
out.
Right.
Or we don't? We played the entire rest of this without guns?
Well, the entire rest of this is the rocket sled, like, QTE interactive cutscene with Ustanok, pretty much.
Oh, so it's not like we're gonna fight any more Dravo.
No.
I was gonna say, if the game makes us fought this with...
Ooh. When I said rocket sled, I was exaggerating.
That is a rocket...
Yeah, there's no goddamn steering.
There he is.
How... Oh.
So we have to climb this part.
Christ almighty! What does it take to lose this guy?
Come on. We have
Oh, it's so blurry, I can barely see.
Jesus, take
like left, right, left, right, left, right.
Keep going.
I'm just spamming each one.
Okay, now we have to like shake them off a bit by pulling this thing down on them.
I am now. Come on.
Take that, asshole!
Into the fire with you. Nope. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. Alright, something else to launch in his face.
Enough. You're not getting him.
One more for you, sack of shit!
Oh, he's using the chain as a grappling hook. He has like.
Uh-oh, did I die?
And now he's in front of us. Okay, we gotta catch this gun and then shoot him in the chest.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Oh, finally, a weak point is exposed. Or is this just cutscene shot? I don't remember.
This shit ends now.
Oh, no, it's not a cutscene. That was abrupt.
Yeah.
Ah, we finally got you in your weak point. And he's finally dead. Finally.
After all that, he's finally dead.
He just had to get his chest melted off and then shot in the magnum.
You know that, don't you?
Like, I don't care even if you're on a rocket sled, you're not outrunning an explosion. That doesn't happen. That's just a film thing that you can outrun the blast. So Jake's a good guy now.
Now we get to talk for another 10 minutes of credits.
I actually like the tune they got going on here, though. Not bad.
Yeah.
So, okay, having concluded Jake and Sherry's route, opinions.
I liked it. Tough, but I liked it.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of the toughest routes. It's because, as opposed to, say, like Chris and Piers, where it's just enemy spam and you gotta keep it on lockdown, it's the freaking, like, one thing and you're dead driving segments and cutscenes and, like I said, Jake and Sherry's route is very cinematic. And the reason I like it is not because of that, but because Jake and Sherry are the most interesting characters I think we've encountered so far, because Chris has an interesting complexity in this game as kind of a fallen hero. But Piers, on the other hand, has been, like, just introduced, and he dies at the end of it. Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen Chris and Piers' route.
Well, they should have seen our Chris and Pierce route.
And then, of course, Leon, in previous installments, he had a lot of character, but I feel like in this one, he doesn't emote a lot. He's very stoic and kind of cold, and you get that even more out of Helena. Like, Jake and Sherry have a dynamic. There's like a back and forth going on between them that they feel more lively and interesting as people.
Yeah.
Because we have Jake, the sort of shameless mercenary, who, for the start of it, is turning out to be very much like his father. This guy interested in himself and no one else. And by the end of it, Sherry Birkin, a woman who should have every reason to be cynical and sort of angry at the world, she has maintained this, like I said, this relentless optimism, and sort of infects Jake with this notion of don't give up on people. And at the end of it, he has become a person who is willing to fight for the good of others without necessarily having to have a huge price tag attached to it.
Yeah.
Because, like, their post-credits, I also like the best, because we have that thing with, like, Leon and Helena, where Helena is absolved of her involvement in Simmons' plot, because it was all Simmons' thing, and she goes her way and Leon goes his way, and then we have Chris at the end, who has remained with the BSAA, begrudgingly, because he wanted to leave, and I can't say I blame him. He's been in so much RE-related hell that it's just like, because, I mean, I think Chris and Leon, at this point, the time frame, they're like in their 40s.
Jeez.
So you got some, like, middle-aged guys who are putting down heavy with these zombies and mutants and monsters. They're losing people all the time. They're in constant peril. And I do find it a bit cheap that when they did the film that ties into the games, not the Paul W.S. Anderson series that has nothing at all to do with the games, when they did the CG film that came after this installment, Leon is where Chris was at the start of his campaign in this game, where Leon has lost, like, a whole bunch of people to another bioterrorist attack, and he's just sick of it. He's like, I'm out, I'm not doing this anymore, and Chris has to come in, and I suppose it's cool in a notion that, like, Leon was there to believe for Chris when Chris was in a dark place, and then Chris comes out to believe in Leon when Leon is in a dark place. The thing is, Leon actually believes in Chris, whereas when Chris shows up and Leon's like, I'm not fighting anymore, Chris, like, slams his fist on the table, and he's like, you have to fight! And it's like, whoa, slow down there, Boulder Puncher. Oh, God. Yeah, because with regards to the Resident Evil, because, oh, boy. Paul W.S. Anderson, like, I don't know if he directed or produced or I don't know his role. I think he directed. The whole Resident Evil film series in live action, starring Mila Jovovich, has nothing to do with the plot from the games whatsoever. It is its own animal. They borrow some characters, but it is this, like, they can be entertaining in their own way, but if you think of it in the sense of, like, is this Resident, it's really just an action horror film with the Resident Evil tag kind of glued over the front of it.
Alright, well, before we continue on, speaking of live action, apparently, I don't know if this is true, but Country and Merc said they were both invited to be part of one of the Resident Evil live action. Like, Country was gonna be a zombie, but he said he couldn't because he's claustrophobic, and they wanted him to be into a box, like be in a box and pop out. So.
I'm not gonna judge the notion of yes or no whether or not they're making it up. It's cool if that was actually a thing where they're like, hey, like, well, claustrophobia, it's more than being in a box. Like, if you're playing a zombie, they've got you in, like, a facial appliance and so forth, and that can make people claustrophobic. But yeah, the Paul W.S. Anderson films, like, the first one was okay. The second one was like, oh, where is this going? The third one was just, oh my god, what were they thinking? 4 and 5...
So the third one was just downright awful?
Well, no, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Retribution. That one went, like, the late Fast and Furious way of going just so over the top. Like, the set pieces, they resurrected characters from earlier through cloning. I actually enjoyed that. And the way they left it off was that there was going to be an even bigger, more bombastic sequel. That didn't happen, because Resident Evil the Final Chapter, like, interest in the films had just gone at that point. Nobody was interested, so the budget for the final film just tanked. And they had to sort of cobble together this other version of it compared to the, like, epic grand finale that they were probably planning. And it just turned into this, oh god, it got bad again, didn't it? And it did. It got so bad. It, like... I actually enjoyed Retribution. And Retribution and Afterlife were probably even better for those who got to see it in 3D, because those were two films released in actual 3D. But the final chapter was just such a disappointment, because they ended Retribution with Alice, the main character, who's not featured in any of the games, getting her weird psychic powers back. Yes, that was a thing in the Resident Evil films. And she...
Psychic powers?
Yeah. Like I said, the films have nothing to do with the games whatsoever. If you want Resident Evil films that actually relate to the games, you're talking about the computer-generated animated film, which was Resident Evil Degeneration was the first one, followed by Resident Evil Damnation, and then Resident Evil Vendetta. Vendetta was not bad. I definitely think out of the three, though, my favorite was Damnation.
Jeez, how many credits are there?
What?
How many credits are there?
Well, we've gone through these credits so many times. Oh. I mean, the background set pieces change, and the music's gone back to the generic. I miss the guitar thing they had going on there.
Yeah.
But no, Resident Evil Damnation I like because it introduced a variant of Tyrant that was like 18 feet tall and could just like body check a tank. And it was just like, oh.
I'm pretty sure these credits have been running for at least like 5 minutes by now.
And then of course they were fighting, oh god, yeah, they were fighting the Tyrant with controlled liquor betas, which were... The Liquor Alpha was introduced in Resident Evil 2 as an enemy, and one of the plot points of Damnation was the fact that they were using Las Plagas from Resident Evil 4 to control the liquors. So you have bioweapon versus bioweapon, which hadn't really happened in Resident Evil at that point. The funny part is, like, the first film featured Claire and Leon together again. The second one was pretty much just Leon. And then the third one was Leon, Chris, and... oh, God. What's her name? Rebecca Chambers, who was a secondary character in the first Resident Evil, and the main character of the prequel, Resident Evil 0.
Jeez. Thank you for playing, Capcom.
You're welcome, it's been a trip.
Especially you're in Jake and Sherry's.
Jake just looks so mean in that photo, he's like, ugh.
Oh, you must die, yeah.
Like a space marine from 40K, just like, burn the Xenos filth. Yeah, because I like the ending that they have here with these two, where it's like,
Hey, don't you dare spoil it.
now let's hope this flight goes better than the last one.
Jake Wesker's blood sample was handed over to the UN's leading researchers, along with 6 months' worth of test results retrieved from Neo Umbrella's archives. With the data now in the right hands, things seem to be finally settling down. Following Jake's rescue, BSAA officials classified his relationship to Albert Wesker.
This is some really high quality keys, aren't they?
Recognizing the threat it could pose to global security.
Not even making sure her work is saved.
Yeah. And then... there's the call. I think Jake is still rocking the space phone. I lowered my asking price to $50. Yeah, that's the good guy moment, like...
Instead of, what, $50 million?
Yeah. Oh, but of course, because he's Baby Wesker... Oh yeah, he still has the space phone. Because he's Baby Wesker, he has to have the sunglasses. Yeah, like, Albert Wesker never took the sunglasses off. He was wearing the sunglasses at night.
How did he see?
Oh, like, crazy, nigh superhuman stuff.
I'll lower my asking price to $50.
But see, the thing is here, the like post-credit scene we've been seeing with Jake fighting a bunch of Nepads now makes sense, because all he asked for the kid to fight the monsters was an apple. No, like I said, that chapter is so much shorter than the one before. That was 47 minutes.